Welcome. Hi everyone, I'm Peter from Peter's English Podcast, and this is my beep picture in picture mode episode. It's my traditional, very popular kind of episodes that uh, that it's called Peter's. Peter, you don't know your own title of your most popular kind of episodes. Perfect. Okay, I don't know, but my webcam. Okay, Peter, your webcam looks beautifully. Okay, don't care about your webcam. Just start. Uh, uh, we can start again. Hi, everyone. I'm Peter from Peter's English Podcast, and this is my peep mode episode. Peter, you have just said it. Yes, I know. It's called Learn English with Peter with the help of study and learn mode of Microsoft Copilot. Yes, people, this is the most popular kind of episodes because in these episodes, in this kind of episodes, I usually talk uh, with the chat of the study and learn mode of Microsoft Copilot, and this episode is not different. And in this uh, in this peep mode episode, learn English with Peter is the study and learn mode of Microsoft Copilot. I want to chat with the study and learn mode of Microsoft Copilot about the very interesting kind of English grammar. It's called conditionals. And let's start, but let's, without further ado, Peter, just read your slogan. And here is: learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone, and it's true, people. And we can start. And I'm very happy that everything is working. And okay, here is the study. No, it's not this smart. You have to change it into study and learn mode. Here is. Okay, action. And we can start. I hope that Copilot wants to work with me, but I think, but people, let's be honest. He has to cooperate. He has to cooperate. And okay, everything is working. Can you see me? Yes, you can. Let's start. Okay, F5. And here is action. Action confirmed, Peter. We are now in study and learn mode, which means I guide you step by step, ask questions, and let you think before we continue. Let's begin revising conditionals the correct study mode way. One idea, one question, your turn, next step. Step 1. What a conditional is. A conditional is a sentence with if that shows a cause, it means result. Before we go deeper, I want to check your foundation. Question 1, your turn. When you hear the word conditional, what idea comes to your mind? I don't I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Yes, it has to be fun, people. And okay, and we can continue with F5. And people, as you can see, the my AI role easy creator works in this moment because I decided to activate it, and it'll be because my live stream has to be funny. But Peter, just simply don't talk rubbish, just simply continue. Okay, here is F5. I don't have a clue. Wait a minute. Okay, I don't have a clue. F5 for every case, but yes, okay. I don't have a clue. Perfect, Peter. That's exactly why we're in study learn mode. If you already knew everything, there would be nothing to learn. Yes, of course. It's very simple, isn't it? So we start from zero, step by step together. Let's build the idea slowly. Key idea, simple, no pressure. A conditional is just a sentence that talks about one thing causing another thing. That's all. Example, not asking you to analyze it yet. If it rains, I stay home. One thing, rain causes another thing, stay home. Your turn. Tiny question, very easy. When you hear this sentence, if I'm hungry, I eat something. What is the cause and what is the result? Just guess. No need to be perfect. What is the cause is the first sentence, and the second one is the result. This is easy, isn't it? Okay, we can continue, and we have to wait. Okay, F5. The cause is the first sentence, and the second one is the result. Exactly, Peter, and that's a great first step. Now let's make it a little more precise, because this is how your brain starts building the real structure of conditionals. Your answer, refinite. You said the cause is the first sentence and the second one is the result. You're right, but let's sharpen it. The if part is the cause, the main clause is the result. So if I'm hungry, I eat something. Cause if I'm hungry, result I eat something. Perfect foundation. Tiny next step. Now let's check it if you can identify the two parts again. Here is a new sentence. If I finish work early, I will watch Futurama. Question your turn. Which part is cause and which part is result? This is easy. If I finish uh, part 1 is cause, part 2 is result. This is easy, Copilot. And we have to wait. And we have to wait. Okay, here is F5. Part 1 is cause, part 2 is result. Great, Peter, you've got the structure right again. Now let's make your understanding a little sharper step by step, because this is how study mode works. We build the skill slowly and solidly. Your answer, refine it. You said part 1 is cause, part 2 is result. Correct, but let's connect it to the grammar terms. Cause is if clause, result main clause. In in if I finish work early, I will watch Futurama. Cause if I finish work early, result I will watch Futurama. Perfect. Next tiny step, identify the type of conditional. We're still not analyzing deeply, just recognizing patterns. Look at this sentence again. If I finish work early, I will watch Futurama. This conditional talks about a real future possibility. That means it is the first conditional. Wait. Start with the zero. No. Start with the zero conditional. Wait a minute. Conditional. Zero, yes, because I think zero, we have to start with zero conditional, then with the first. Okay. Here is. And start with the zero conditional. Perfect, Peter. We switch to zero conditional now. And remember, we stay in study and learn mode, so we go step by step with tiny questions and your answers guiding the pace. Zero conditional. This is the easiest conditional. It talks about things that are always true. Facts, rules, routines, laws of nature. Structure. If plus present simple plus present simple. Example, if you heat water, it boils. This is not about the future, not about imagination, not about the past, just facts. Tiny question for your turn. Look at this sentence. If I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Do you think this is a fact about your routine, or this is a fact? It's a fact. Just continue with the first conditional. Okay, I think we can move to the tiny. We can move to the First conditional, because we know how everything about what is the zero conditional. It's about facts. It's present if plus present simple. Then Bob's your uncle. Let's continue. Okay, F5. Uh, it's a fact. Just continue with the first condition. We don't have time. Yes, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Don't worry, people. Great, Peter. You identified the zero conditional correctly. So now we can move to the first conditional, but we stay in study and learn mode, which means one idea, one question. Your turn. Next step. No rushing. No big explanations. Just clean steps. First conditional. We use the first conditional to talk about real future possibilities. Structure: if plus present simple plus will plus verb. Example: if it rains, I will stay home. This is not a fact, not a routine, not imagination. It's a possible future. Let's revise it again. First conditional, we use the first conditional to talk about the real future possibilities. Okay, tiny question, your turn. Look at this sentence. If I have time tonight, I will stream my podcast. Which part talks about the future result? The second. Oh, the second part of the sentence. And send it. Okay. Uh, okay, we have to wait. F5. The second part of the sentence. Exactly, Peter. The second part is the result. You're following the pattern perfectly. Now we build the next layer. We stay in the study and learn mode, so we move one small step at a time. First conditional, strike 10. I don't know how to read, but okay. Peter, just continue the idea. Sentence: if I have time tonight, I will stream my podcast. Cause: if plus clause. If I have time tonight, result main clause. I will stream my podcast. And you correctly identify the result. Now let's check if you understand why this is first conditional. Tiny question, your turn. Does this sentence talk about a real future possibility and imaginary? A. And con- continue continue with the second one. Yeah, because people, I think we can continue with the second conditional. We know that it's about the real possible future. Let's continue. Here is F5. A, and continue with the second one. Great, Peter. A is correct. So your first conditional understanding is solid. Now we move to the second conditional, but we stay in study and learn mode, which means one idea, one question, your turn, next step. No rushing, no big lecture, just clean steps. Second conditional. We use the second conditional to talk about unreal, imaginary, or hypothetical situations in the present or future. Structure: if plus past simple, and the second part of the and the second sentence of the second conditional: would plus verb. Example: if I won the lottery, I would buy a studio in London. This does not mean you will win. It's imagination. Yes, kiss idea. Second conditional: not real, not true, just imagining. Tiny question, your turn. Look at this sentence. If I were invisible, I would sneak into the future studio. People, we have to revise because structure is of the second conditional, because we know that this about the second conditional is about unreal, imaginary, or hypothetical situations in the present or future. But structure is, let's to revise it: if plus past simple, would plus verb. This is easy. And we can continue. Okay, is this situation real or imaginary? It, of course, is B. And continue with the third one. Yes, we can simply move, because we know that second conditional has to be if plus past simple plus would plus verb. Example: if I won the lottery, I would buy a studio in London. Yes, it's totally unreal, imaginary. Okay. And here is the third one. Uh, B. Continue with the third one. Perfect, perfect again, Peter. B is correct. You clearly understand the idea of the second conditional. So now we can move to the third conditional, but we stay in study and learn mode. One idea, one question, your turn, next step. No rushing, no big lecture, just clean, controlled learning. Third conditional. This conditional talks about unreal situations in the past. Things that did not happen. Structure: if plus past perfect plus would have plus past participle. Example: if I had known about the meeting, I would have joined. Meaning: I did not know, I did not join. It's an unreal past situation. This conditional is used for regrets, missed opportunities, imagining a different past. Tiny example for your brain. If I had woken up earlier, I would have caught the bus. Reality, you did not wake up early. You did not catch the bus. Tiny question, your turn. Look at this sentence. If I had studied more, I would have passed the exam. Do you think the person passed the exam in reality? Yes, of course not. This is easy. And bad Red's Levi's, the fourth conditional, it's if plus past perfect plus would have plus past participle. If I had known about the meeting, I would have joined. Okay, it is F5. Then we can continue. Here is the mixed at Bob's uncle, I think. No, exactly, Peter. No is the correct action, answer and action too. You understand the fourth conditional perfectly. We stay in study and learn mode, so we continue step by step, not jumping ahead. Fourth conditional, you understand it so far. Sentence: if I had studied more, I would have passed the exam. Reality: the person did not study more. The person did not pass the exam. You answer correctly. Your brain is now ready for the next step. Next step is mixed conditionals. But before we move on, I want to check one tiny thing. This is how study mode builds strong grammar foundations. Tiny question. Tiny question, your turn. Which time does the third conditional talk about? The past. This is easy. Yes, of course, it's past. What else? And okay, here is the mixed conditional, but we have to press F5. And here is C. Exactly, Peter. C is correct. The third conditional always talks about the past, and you've now mastered it. All three main conditionals. We stay in study and learn mode, so we continue step by step, not jumping ahead. Now we move to mixed conditionals. But again, one idea at a time. Mixed conditionals happen when the if part talks about one thing, one time. Uh, uh, Peter just told it again. Just tell it again. The if part talks about one time. The result talks about a different time. Aha. For example, past into present, present into past. Let's start with the most common one. Aha. Eh, Peter just revised it again. Now we move to the mixed conditionals. But again, one idea at a time. Mixed conditionals happen when the if part talks about one time, the result talks about a different time. And okay, mixed conditional past present. This one means a past situation affects the present structure. If plus past perfect plus not wust, plus would plus verb. Example: if I had slept more last night, I would feel better now. Aha, meaning I did not sleep more past, I feel tired now, present. Two different times in one sentence. Tiny question, your turn. Look at this sentence. If I had learned English earlier, I would speak it perfectly now. Which part talks about the past? If I had learned English earlier, I would. Yes, of course, it's A. What else? This is easy. And if plus past perfect, was plus verb. Mixed conditional. Okay. We have to wait. And F5. And A. Exactly, Peter. A is correct. Now You now successfully identified the past part of a mixed conditional past present. We stay in study alert mode, so we continue step by step, one idea at a time. Mixed conditional past present strengthen the idea. Sentence: if I had learned English earlier, I would speak it perfectly now. Past, if clause: if I had learned English earlier. Present result: I would speak it perfectly now. This conditional connects an unreal past to imaginary present. You're following perfectly. Tiny question, your turn. Which part talks about the present result? A. If I had learned English earlier. B. I would speak it perfectly now. Yes, of course, it's B. What else? And we have to wait. Okay, F5. B. Exactly, Peter. B is correct. You've now successfully identified the present result in a mixed conditional. Your understanding is clean, stable, and ready for the final step. We stay in study and learn mode, so we continue slowly, one idea at a time. Mixed conditional present into past. This one is the opposite direction. Aha. It means a present situation would change a past result. Aha. Structure: if plus past simple plus would have plus past participle. Oh, this is the high school of the conditional, isn't it? We can continue. Example: if I were more organized, I would have finished the project earlier. Meaning present: I am not organized. Past: I did not finish earlier. Two different times again. Tiny question, your turn. Look at this sentence. If I were taller, I would have played basketball professionally. Which part talks about the present? If I were taller, or B, I would have played basketball professionally. Aha. Meaning present: I'm not organized. I did not finish. Present into past. A present situation would change a past result. If I were more organized, I would have finished the project earlier. Yes, of course, it's A. Which part talks about the present? If I were taller, I would have. Yes, of course, it's A. Because present goes into in another way. Present goes into past. A. It's A, of course, people. Yeah, what else? It means a present situation would change a past result. Structure: if plus past simple plus would have plus past participle. If I were more organized, I would have finished the project earlier. What is the present here? If I were more organized. Yay! Okay. And F5. A. Exactly, Peter. A is correct. You now identify the present part of a mixed conditional present into past. Your understanding is clean and stable. We stay in study learn mode, so we continue step by step. Mixed conditional present past. Strengthen the idea. Sentence: if I were taller, I would have played basketball professionally. Present: if clause: if I were taller. Past result: I would have played basketball professionally. Yeah, here is the reality. Meaning present: you are not taller. Past: you did not play professionally. Two different times in one sentence. You answer correctly. Final check before we close conditionals. I want to confirm that your brain can now recognize the time direction of each conditional. Here is the last tiny question in this topic. Tiny question, your turn. Which conditional talks about imaginary situations in the present? First conditional, second conditional, or third conditional? Which conditional talks about imaginary situations in the present? Oh, I think it's C. Let's choose C. Oh, what I'm doing, Pete? What do you do? Not here. Here, C. C. Yes, C. Yeah. C. Yes, of course, C. C. No, it's B, people. Oh, now you can see. Wait a moment. C. Good try, Peter. Good try, but this one slipped a little. And that's exactly why study mode exists, to catch the small mistakes and turn them into strong grammar. We stay in study and learn mode, so we correct gently and move step by step. Correct answer is B. Second conditional. The second conditional is the one that talks about imaginary situations, unreal present, hypothetical now. Example, if I were rich, I would buy a studio in London. This is imagination in the present. Aha, yes, of course. Quick summary of the three. So your brain locks it in. First conditional, real future. Second conditional, imaginary present. Third conditional, unreal past. You master the structure. Now we just polish the detail. Okay, this is the end. Wait a minute, we can choose not search, but smart. Okay, that's it for today. That's it for today. Create a 500 funny words story inspired by my novel, The Vampire Girl Diary. Use. Oh, wait a minute. Don't use my personal life or my job. Use today's English grammar. Let's go. Okay, let's go. And we have to wait for the bedtime story, because this is people the bedtime story I do like too, because I can because we cannot imagine learn English with Peter. We found the generated story generated by Microsoft Copilot, and we have to wait for the story. And here is the story, and we can start F5. Here is the story, as you can see. Uh, Okay, can you see it? Yes, you can. I've been streaming for 27 minutes. Let's read it and Bob's your uncle. Okay, people, what's going on right now? I'm going to read you the 500 words funny story created and generated by Microsoft Copilot. I decided to add this task to Microsoft Copilot because I want to show you the conditionals in the real English story, and we can start. This people is the story created and generated by Microsoft Copilot. Let's start. That's it for today. Create a 500 funny word story inspired by my novel, The Vampire Girl Diary. Don't use my personal life or my job. Use today's English grammar. Let's go! A 500 word story funny. Let's start it again. A five word funny story inspired by Viera Pargo Diary using today's English grammar. No personal references, no job references, and keeping your authorial universe intact. Don't playful, chaotic, mythos friendly, but fully original. And people, let's start in 3, 2, 1, go! Viera and the conditional catastrophe. 500 words. Viera the vampire girl was having a perfectly normal, undead evening, floating upside down from the sailing, writing in her diary and complaining that the moonlight was too bright and too judgmental again. Everything was peaceful until the conditional catastrophe arrived. It started when Viera opened a dusty old grammar grimoire titled If You're There, A Practical Guide to English Conditionals. The book hissed, sneezed, and then exploded into a cloud of glowing punctuation marks. A rock comma hit her in the forehead. If I had known this book was cursed, she muttered, I would have worn my helmet. The room trembled. A booming voice echoed, Third conditional activated. Suddenly a swirling portal opened, and out stepped a tall, dramatic figure wearing a cape made entirely of question marks. He moved deeply. I am Professor Hypothetico, he announced, master of unreal past, imaginary presents, and unnecessarily complicated grammar. Hera blinked. If you were less theatrical, I would take you more seriously, the professor gasped. Second conditional engaged. At Thunderclap, a puff of smoke, a goat appeared. Why is there a goat? Vera asked. Because, the professor said proudly, your sentence expressed an unreal present, and goat are the official mascots of hypothetical situations. The goat bleated in agreement. Before could argue, the book flapped open again and unleashed a glowing storm of zero conditionals. Facts began materializing everywhere. If you drop a vampire, she falls. If you annoy a goat, it kicks. If you summon grammar magic, chaos happens. The goat kicked a chair to demonstrate, Vera groaned. If this continues, I will lose my mind. First conditional, the professor shouted. A crystal ball a crystal ball appeared, showing a future where Viera was buried under mountains of grammar worksheets. Nope, she said, not happening. She snapped her fingers at the room filled with swirling red mist. If I were in if I were in charge of this spell, she declared, I would rewrite the rules. The second conditional again. The professor cried, delighted. The goat teleported onto the table wearing sunglasses. Vera grabbed the grammar grimoire. If I had never opened this book, she said, I would have enjoyed a peaceful evening. The room shook violently. Third conditional, maximum power, the professor yelled. A giant glowing Anto button appeared in the air. Vera pressed it. Everything rewound. The goat vanished. The professor dissolved into punctuation dust. The portal closed, and the book quietly turned into a harmless paperback titled English Grammar for Slightly Confused Vampires. Vera sighed in relief and picked up her diary and wrote, if I ever study conditionals again, I will wear protective gear. The diary glowed and added a note of its own. If you don't, I will remind you. Vera stared at it. Great, she said. No, now even my diary use conditionals. Okay, people, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And let's end this live stream with my slogan. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open outdoors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Yeah, people. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. And I want to tell you, bye-bye.